bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire.
I know you gonna dig this. Get funky with me.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Look, there's a squirrel. So here, yes, it has a long tail. It's a squirrel. It's a furry tail. That means it's not. All right. Okay. So I know very little. Listen to my voice echoing. Echo. Echo. Echo one. Okay. So this place, I'm not sure exactly what is happening here. I know where I am, sort of. So Conway Twitty, hugely famous country singer, right? Everybody's heard the name. My father loved Conway Twitty. I know what he looks like this. And I know he had a lot of hits. Now, I love country music, but it's not my wheelhouse. My wheelhouse is, obviously, my channel, Eminem, George Michael, The Bleachers, etc., REM. Now, but I love old country, and Conway Twitty is old country. This is where Twitty City used to be. Let me explain to you what Twitty City was. Twitty City was an entertainment complex here in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and it was the home of Conway Twitty from the opening in 1982 until his death in 1993. And it was very famous for its lavish Christmas decorations, you'll see right here, and it includes the Conway Twitty Mansion and Memorial Gardens. It has since been sold off after his family fought over the will. From what I've read, not much planning was done by Mr. Twitty before his passing regarding his will, but relying on the hope that everyone will be civil after your passing is often the main ingredient in the recipe for disaster. So that's what Twitty City was. Then it was bought by, I believe, the Trinity Church or something like that. I'm going to tell you more about that now, because around me is TBN, which I would assume stands for Trinity Broadcast Network. I'm doing this all because my good friend Pete from the Totally 80s Room, follow that Instagram, said if you're in that area, you got to check out the old Twitty City. When I said Twitty City, don't that sound all right, you know where I was going to go. So, let me tell you about, well, what it is now. Twitty City is now known as Trinity Music City, and it has been converted into a Christian music venue owned by the Trinity Broadcasting Network. The venue holds church services on Sundays, as well as concerts, and the complex continues to feature the famous Christmas lights owned by Conway Twitty. Now, the complex is 33 acres, and on selected nights, the Trinity Broadcasting Network presents the Praise the Lord program live from a 1,500-seat auditorium, which people are allowed to come and watch. And also, Mike Huckabee, the former Arkansas governor, does a show there, and I believe that's on Saturday nights and then repeated on Sunday nights. And you can watch that live, too. So that's what it is now. And I was under the impression that if I came to the property, I could walk around the grounds of the house. Now, I know that it's only open for tours if you ask, if somebody's here, if you ask the front desk or front wherever, and they can sometimes do guided tours or self-guided tours. You gotta pay, you don't gotta pay, I don't know. All I know is I'm the only one here. Like, there's no one else around. But Conway Twitty's house is right here. And every driveway, there's a huge gate you can't see through. But I found one part where you can see through. And it's Conway Twitty's old house. Still on the grounds. But I can't get on to those parts of the grounds, and I can't get into the house. And I want to see Conway Twitty's house inside and out. At least I can get a little close. Take a look at Conway Twitty's house. Well, the sun isn't helping much. I'm sorry about that, but take a look. I mean, that is a grand looking house. And So it looks like they did. So they got the sign up for restrooms. They got a non-smoking area. Got desert. So it was open for tours at one point. Look at that water, like where the water used to be. I don't know if that was a pool. If that, no, I don't think that was a pool. I think that was just like a moat. I think Twitty had a moat. See it? Right behind the restroom sign. Yeah, because you wouldn't have a pool in front of the house. That's got to be the front of the house. So everybody has a moat, right? I've got 3. So there's the moat. There's a little bridge going over the moat right into the house. Can you take a boat on a moat? I don't know. Well, we're going to find out right now if I'm in trouble for doing anything. Okay, let's find out. Security's coming. Security has not approached me yet, but they are coming to my left right now. And there's Conway Twitty's. You see the T right there. So that was bizarre. I was not asked to leave, not at all. I just met the friendliest and nicest security guard ever. Filled me on so much information about this place. I'm going to tell you about it, but I'm going somewhere else to show you something really cool that she told me is around the corner that I've always wanted to see. Now, but she did say that it is a private property, so it can't really be filmed. It's a public street, I think, that I'm on. I'm not sure. But I appreciate her advice about that. So I'm including this as part of the thing, but I showed you Conway Twitty's house. It is Trinity Broadcast Network's property. It's beautiful, gorgeous. They now own Conway Twitty's old house. It's no longer open for tours. His children fought over the will. Then the judge finally said, stop fighting over the will, sell the property. They sold it to Trinity. The kids used to live out back. That's pretty much the story of this place now, what it is. So it is owned by the church, and it's a broadcast net. It's a network. Okay. So I'm down here at the end showing you now. We drove here and we were talking, and she's following my channel now, which is really nice. And yeah, I just want to get that if you want to come here to former Twitty City, you're allowed to drive through, take pictures. It's no problem. It's really cool, but it's really eerie. But now I'm going to show you something really cool. So this is the location of Johnny Cash's house. Now, it's very confusing. I didn't do any research on this before coming here. The security guard at Twitty City, former Twitty City, reminded me that Johnny Cash is around here, his house is around here, and I really want to see it. So, Johnny Cash's good friend Roy Orbison, only the lonely, sold him the land after fire destroyed his home and took 2 of his 3 sons' lives. That's terrible, and they're buried south of here. I mentioned them in one of my, where Tammy Wynette is buried. Cash promised Orbison never to build on the site. When the abundant fruit trees and grapevines that flourished were maintained personally by the Cash family, the orchard came to fruition. So there's an orchard back here. So Marty Stewart lives around here. He purchased the site from June Carter Cash and restored its then withering fruit trees, rotting railroad ties, and damaged turf. While relocating the fence line to its new position by the Evergreen, Stewart designed the gate that now serves as the site's entrance and added the cross that marks the space as sacred ground. Stewart also honored Johnny Cash's promise to Roy Orbison never to build on this site was kept. There we go. So Roy Orbison's home used to stand here. That's so wild. And you can see a lot of mosquitoes are out here. Okay. All right, let's see where that cross is. I'm really, really excited to be here. Because I love Johnny Cash so much, and this is like Johnny Cash's Graceland. Ronald Reagan's been here, Bob Dylan, Chris Christopherson, Al Gore. This is a place I always wanted to visit. I looked it up on Google Street View a million times, and this is the front gates to Johnny's house. Now, Barry Gibb owned it at one point, then he sold it. I believe it was after, because Johnny and June lived here for 35 years, right? Now, there's a fire. When was the fire? I don't know, 2007, something like that. But pretty much the entire house burned down. All that's left is a covered boat dock. June had an apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment here where she kept like her wardrobe, tennis court, swimming pool. Let's see what I can show you from here, though. This is really cool.
The Cash Home, referred to as Nature's House. Builder Braxton Dixon designed the Cash Home. Rugged beauty existed with open rafters, barn boards, and a wall of native limestone. The 40,000 square foot home overlooked Old Hickory Lake, right there, with panoramic views and gardens that stretch across the property. Here, Johnny and June Carter Cash entertained family, friends, and neighbors for 35 years. The Cash Home also served as a retreat for fellow musicians to gather and compose music with one another until the 2003 death of Johnny and June Carter Cash. So there's the old home right there. I mean, there's the old property right there. You can see, wow. Show you what I can show you. You can see better than I can what we can see there. Is that a deer? No, a chair. There you can see the remnants of the fire. Wow. Old chair down there. But this is Johnny Cash's old home. Everything you're seeing right down there. Let's go around here. I'm going to show you something else. I'm like officially geeking out right now. This is something I've always wanted to see. And oh, this is a great view. Here you go. This is why you subscribe and watch. Look at that. It's remnants of the house. Okay, so there's part of the garage there, right when you come in. I can't get onto the property. I could easily get onto the property. I could just hop this fence and take no time at all, walk down there. But it is video surveillance. And I guess that's a pool up there because I can see like a beach chair. Let me zoom in. See right there on the left-hand side of your screen, there's a white chair. I think that might be a pool. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure where the house was exactly. Let's go up here. I think this is someone else's property. Well, we'll find out together. This. Oh my goodness, there's deer across the street. You've got to be kidding me. I love it. Now, this stone fence goes so far, and I believe it's all owned by Johnny Cash. Let's see what I can show you here. But look at the deer right across the street behind that fence. Oh dear. Yeah. Beautiful grounds. Now, I don't know what part of the house this would be. There's a tennis courts back there. I can tell those are tennis courts by the fencing around them. There's the swimming pool. Boom. That's Johnny Cash's swimming pool right there. So where was the house? I believe there. That would be where the house was. You can hear people playing on the lake. That's cool. Well, not playing, doing whatever they do on the lake. I don't know. But yeah, this is a beautiful property. It's too bad the house burned down. That's tragic. I mean, it could have been opened into a museum, Airbnb, whatever. Something to preserve the legacy of Johnny Cash. Wow. I've always wanted to see this property. There's a little something there, right there. I can't tell what type of building that is. My goodness, I want in there. So yeah, there you go. This is the old Johnny Cash house. Right there. There's the garage. There's the swimming pool there. Tennis courts are up there. What? I guess that's the house that burned down. Now that I'm wrapping up the video, you have to put on some Johnny Cash. Now, of course, I think The Beast in Me. Put on The Beast in Me. That's a great song. If you want one of his bigger hits, I mean, he did covers of some of my favorite bands. Depeche Mode, Nine Inch Nails, U2. Check out, that's American Recordings, I believe that's what it was called. He did a series of them. It's so good. Ring of Fire, I just listened to that on the way here. So good. So good. All right. From Johnny Cash's house, where it used to be. Miss you, Johnny. Love you all. Peace out.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire.